everyone. I wanted to share with you today a few of the many comments that I've received when talking with business leaders about the breaches in business etiquette that really bother them the most. And what we mean by a breach in business etiquette is essentially a lack in soft skills, a lack in necessary 21st century employability skills. So don't worry if you've done any of these things. We can get better through education and through experience. So hope you enjoy.
I would say I have many, but one in particular, because of the virtual environment that we're in, is just very simple. On Zoom, if you have background noise, we all understand, like if you have children or, if you're just doing other things at the same, time as you're attending a meeting, but just muting yourself.
You're not the first person to say
that. It's when technology fails. So maybe your headset, the mic, things like that. That can be very distracting. Because all of us tend to be in meetings one after another, the time is valuable, and so it's important that when you are spending time with somebody that you take advantage of that time and get to the meat of what that meeting is about.
For me, the biggest pet peeve I have is lack of follow through. I think if somebody says, I'm going to take care of that, I will follow up with you, I will let you know by the end of the day, I'll send you that email, I'm working on it right now, and then it's crickets. You hear nothing. And then I have to put it on my to-do list, and then I have to reach out again, and I have to say, how are you working on that? What's happening? Because a lot of times that just puts a big roadblock in any of the project or the process, because you don't know, maybe the person is really working on something and you don't want to start working on it as well and find out they've already worked on it, or you think it's happening and then you find out later, no, actually they never even started on it and now you're behind.
And I also think that we hear it at every single advisory, and we just heard it at the business advisory meeting, and I've heard it at diesel, auto, paralegal, and so on and so forth. Every advisory board complains about the lack of soft skills that millennials and Gen Zs have. And, I always go back to, where did I learn that? Not that I'm perfect, but I learned a lot of that when I was 16, 17, 18, in my first job. I was working at PetSmart at the time, and then after that I started working for a city pool. So I made a lot of stupid mistakes when I was that age. But by the time I reached, my 20s and post-graduation, I kind of worked out all of those issues. With a lot of our students that are in community college, this is their first job. This is their first office job. They're going to make those mistakes. And I think that if they can make those mistakes with us in the work-study program, then they're less likely to make it with our employers, with our industry advisor members. And hopefully this pipeline can improve that common complaint that we hear at our advisory.
Okay. First off, if there's not a signature on the email, that drives me crazy, because we have 13 sites here in this district, and my last district we had 22 different schools. So when somebody would send me an email, I don't know which site they're at. So if you don't have your signature line in there that gives as much information as possible, that drives me crazy. Second, really wordy emails, like way too much information. I don't want to read a book. I don't have time. I've got so many things on my plate. So bullet points are awesome. Keep it simple, keep it direct.
And then now, after years of experience, I'm learning there needs to be, you need to address the person right, you need to convey the direct message, you need to make sure that you have a signing at the end, at the bottom you need to sign off. Subject should be, the right subject for the message that you're intending to tell people. That's very important. And answering emails in a reasonably quicker manner.
Lack of phone etiquette. Some of probably the three big ones for me are, first, the person on the phone doesn't know how busy or what's going on in front of you. So even if if there's a huge line, they don't know that. there's a lot going on, even, we're working from home, so I guess lines aren't an issue at the moment, but, all that to say, just acknowledge the person that's on the phone. Always smile when you're on the phone. They can hear your smile. And just generally speaking, and then introducing yourself when you answer the phone.
And then I really like to see people on their video camera. Again, going back to being able to see your mouth movements and your body language. And, sometimes when I see a blank screen and maybe there's a question on someone's mind and I can't see that questioning face, that look to maybe clarify or expand on a topic.
Agreed.
So seeing a person is important to me as well.
So I will say I do teach a business communications class, and we know that 90% of communication comes from those nonverbal cues. And I think that that's primarily what you're talking about. We need to see those nonverbal cues so that we can get the most out of that limited time that we have together. And I know exactly how you feel. And I think most of us professionals working right now are living in the back-to-back meetings, and our time is valuable to us. So make the most of that time. Agreed.
Right.
So